Sato.
Dalston Radio Live. In conversations with our first In Conversations of the year. And I'm gonna do my best to introduce our guest. So, conversation. What good is conversation? Is there too much conversation? Is there not enough? Is it just a certain type of conversation that is shown and a different type that is obscured from view? Our guest today, among other things, has devoted time, energy, finance, discipline, fortitude into ensuring that everyone, yes, but specifically men who may not feel that they have a voice, or even that if they were to speak that it matters. Our guest has given them a platform to talk about how they think and how they feel. In my opinion, without judgment, although not without pushback at times, which I think is the hallmark of a good conversation. Our guest has many works, one of which is Mentality, one of which is Between Me and You. Among that, she has hosting, poetry, and so on and so on. Today, from the Civilised Savage channel, we have the Civilised Savage.
Hey. I'm not gonna lie, I love that. That was
all right.
Yeah, that was proper.
Off the dome.
Yeah, come on. I
Off the
respect
dome.
it. That was lovely.
Thank you for
I couldn't have
being
done that
here.
better myself.
I
Thank you
appreciate
very
you.
much.
Off the dome. No chat
that.
GPT.
No chat GPT, just straight to the letter.
100%.
That's beautiful. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for coming in.
me.
It means a lot.
Thank you. Look, it means a lot for me to be here.
Yeah?
First one of the year, apparently.
First one of the year.
Yeah.
We have loads of changes going on. We're honoured that our first guest for conversation is you.
Thank you very much.
100%. So, I mean, we probably end up going all over the place.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, maybe tell us a little bit about you and how you started doing some of the things that you do.
Okay, so backstory. I'm a South London girlie, Jamaican heritage. My academic background is actually in languages and translation. I then progressed into being a teacher, so I'm a qualified teacher in the UK, but I spent a lot of time outside of the UK doing teaching. So that's kind of where my academic career space is in education, between classroom education and corporate education. I spent a lot of time in South America, in the Middle East. So these are lots of things that people probably wouldn't have a clue about in relation to my life. But where it came to specifically kind of transitioning, so to speak, into more social spaces, Mentality came about as a result of a personal situation that I had in life. I had a friend of mine who lost his life to suicide, very, very close friend of mine. And off of the back of that experience and just me kind of developing as a woman, as a human, as a person, and doing a lot of wellbeing work with women, that's actually where I first started doing a lot of wellbeing work, because I went to India and trained as a yoga therapist, yoga instructor. So I was doing lots of work with women. And in that space, I was like, we always get space. There's always space for us to commune and be together and share what we're going through. And I noticed that there wasn't as many spaces for men. And so I started doing some work with men. It started off as a TikTok live weekly situation. Then we progressed it into it being a pod series. So that's how kind of Mentality kind of came about. Where else are we going with this? What else would you like to know about?
I mean, I appreciate I watched some of the TikToks when you were trying to do, it seemed like a lot to control.
I actually really love doing TikTok live. I do, but sorry, go on, you were saying.
No, it seemed like a lot to control.
Yeah.
I suppose it's always going to be that way when you have so many differing opinions.
Yes.
And some of the subject matter that you touch on could be considered controversial and brings out the opinion in people.
Absolutely.
I think even more so when you don't necessarily have to put your face to what you're saying. So like for you, your face was always on there.
Always.
Right?
Yeah.
However, from my observations of some of the more challenging conversations, especially when you're looking at our own community,
Yes.
I think it's easier. What do they call them? Keyboard warriors.
Oh yeah, they're
Right?
everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
And the trolls. Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
No one knows me.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
they
really
feel like they
accountable.
can run off at the mouth and say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I watched those and I enjoyed them too. And I like the transition into the, I'm not going to call it a therapist space, but it definitely presents itself as more of a therapeutic sit down.
Yeah.
The care and I suppose that is the appropriate word. That's what's coming to mind. Was that an intentional thing for your conversations?
Absolutely. And to your point, I think where I did start off the mentality on lives, TikTok can be a very toxic place,
Yeah.
right? Social media generally can be a very toxic space. We've noticed and we've seen the certain types of clips that go viral all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when it's clips that are pertaining to more elevated, for lack of a better word, conversations, those posts and conversation and platforms don't necessarily, not to say they don't do well, but if we're comparing, we'll notice that it's easier for something low vibrational, something negative to go viral than something that is potentially uplifting. And
Yeah, I agree.
do you know what I mean? And so seeing that, I was always very intentional about my lives, my spaces, to ensure that anybody that was on panel, they'd be respectful of the room. Even if somebody mentions an opposing opinion, you can challenge it, but respectfully. Do you see what I mean? So that was always, my rooms were kind of like known for, you can't just come in here and act a fool. Instantly, people would know. And sometimes I wouldn't even have to moderate the room because people who were in the rooms with me regularly would be like, listen, with Civilised, you can't do this. Yeah, you need to go somewhere else and do all of that. And so with that intention of creating an environment that was safe enough for people to share all of their opinions from whichever background or whatever stance she was kind of coming from, that safety is 100% what I wanted to bring into the mentality space, to allow people to feel like, okay, this is somebody that I can actually share an opinion with. This is someone that if I have something that's meaningful and kind of deeply connected to me, they can hold it. And I think not only just for the space of mentality, but I think for me as my development as a person, my development as a woman, to be kind of like an example of doing the work that I'm doing with and for myself and kind of being that demonstration. Do you know what I mean? Like, not every day when women and men are in conversation with each other has to be man versus woman and somebody screaming at somebody else, you know? So there's a lot of intentionality for the space and the platform, but also just for me and how I want to interact with people in general.
I think, so I appreciate it. And I agree with you. The more uplifting, less degenerate content, it doesn't often do as well as the shock value, time for me to go off on one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I appreciate it though. So there are loads of people talking now. Everybody's talking.
Everyone's got something to say.
Everyone has something to say. And now you have to know. Like, you know, that's where we are now.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit in my toilet.
Yeah.
And
I've got a phone, I've got a camera.
Put it right up here.
Yeah. Got a microphone.
Right. And you have to know what I have to say. It doesn't matter what, I just have to, that's where we are. But amongst all of the noise, so something that I very much appreciate, while I see that you are open to conversation in general, as a black man, I think that a true examination of what we're going through as brothers out here, it's not done. So I can find men sitting on a podcast talking to a degree, but it's a specific type of talking where what I appreciate about what you do is you're asking them some real questions. Like some of the topics are real.
Yeah.
And I've observed a few of the shows now where even I believe some of the brothers, when they sit down, they might think it's going to go a certain way. but then halfway through, they're letting it all go.
Yeah.
You know, that's a space that I see that you've provided for them.
Thank you.
And when they're in it, they feel comfortable enough. Let me just say what I have to say, which I think is a credit to how you are with them. And your communication style in those spaces. I've observed you have conversations where you may not really know what this guy is saying. He's saying it to you, but there is a disconnect, but still without a level of judgment where you would tell him, look, brother, I don't know.
Not sure where we're,
Can you
redirect me? Yeah.
Right? But I've watched them open up after that and question themselves by how much they're opening up. Sometimes it seems as though they really do intend for it to go a certain way. And then they're looking at themselves like, am I saying too much? Like, I've seen that. And I think that's a credit to how you are with them.
Thank you.
And I appreciate the work because there is a lot that isn't said that should be said. And so, like, if you look at statistics, I think it's brothers are more likely to end up in mental health care than
Absolutely.
Other people.
Yeah.
The brothers and sisters, I think, are more likely to the whole thing.
Yeah, unalive.
Right?
Yeah.
Even in this, like, I'm from Northwest London, from a particular time where
It's crazy outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the places where those with extreme mental health issues go. And these places are full of black people. Full. Elders, youngers, full.
Across the board.
Right? And although there are many reasons for people to have difficulty with their mental health, sometimes a place to talk
Make the difference.
It can make the difference. Some people think and feel and are in a situation where they don't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah.
I know people in lockdown who had no one to talk to for the whole lockdown.
Stop it.
They came out different.
I can imagine.
Right?
Because that's total isolation at this point.
Total isolation.
Wow.
No significant other or strong family connection or even friend connection outside of work.
Yeah.
And so for like, how you doing? I ain't spoken to you for a bit. And then finding out that they've just been in the house on their own, consuming the media.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's a lot.
So for what it's worth, I commend you for these conversations.
Thank you so much.
It's interesting to me, without going on too much, but if I could ask you,
go on.
how the situation with your friend that has passed spurred you on to try to ensure these things happen. But what was the thing? The situation has occurred.
Yes.
What was your thoughts and feelings, and how did that lead to the action that you took?
Well, my friend passed when we were quite young, like in our early 20s. And I think, if I'm honest, at the time, I don't even think I'd fully processed it, which sounds crazy because it's like, this is your good friend and they've passed. How can you not process that? But it was a time as well where the conversations that we have now in society about mental health and unaliving and all of the things that we kind of more openly discussing now, we weren't as open at the time, right? And again, Black Caribbean families, no one don't want to talk about what, do you know what I mean? No one's
part of the culture.
Exactly, right? So culturally, we don't speak about these things. Moreover, it was a boy as well, you know, and the kind of reputation that he had, it's like, this guy, what? So yeah, there was, I think, effectively what I'm trying to say about it is, at the time, I don't think I did a lot of processing emotionally around what it meant, but I just was obviously very clear, like, my friend's gone, I wasn't there. He had reached out to me as well. That's the craziest thing. The day before, he had called me and I wasn't able to pick up the phone. And I think that was the thing that probably stayed with me the longest, the guilt of not being able to be there and support. And I don't know, had I been on the receiving end of the phone, had he made a different choice. But you, as the living, surviving person, that is something that stays with you.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, yeah.
And so I think there was a lot of guilt that just kind of stayed. But again, I wasn't processing it, but it was there, right? So again, as life is going on and you start to process, you start to look at your own self and you start to kind of explore things. Again, like I said, I was doing wellbeing work with women. And then I came across a stat randomly one day, and it was the stat that you kind of put forward, that black men are the ones who have the highest stats of unaliving and mental health and all of these things, which then kind of almost triggered this situation with my friend. So then it was like, okay, I'm not as one person going to be able to change and resolve all of the ills of the world, right? But something I can do is create a space. And it was literally just that. So what is the one small thing that I can do to create some type of change? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, yeah.
And so that's why I started doing the lives, and they kept going. And then I just said, okay, let's just turn it into the space that we now turn it into.
I appreciate it. So like we do this thing here where we will say there's a version of you that, so there's a version of you in another universe that went through what you went through with the passing of your friend and dismissed it.
Jeez.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this version of you did not. And there was an action.
I'm going to take that. Go on, carry on.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome to it.
That's dope.
But it's real.
It's real. It is.
If you're thinking about the multiverse and all of that, there's a version of you who had this thing happen and dismissed it. But this version of you took action.
Yes.
And even if it's a brick a day, the version of you who did not do anything still remains. So I think your motives, your desire to do it, you've done it, where a version of you had not. So well done to you for doing that.
Come on, me.
Come on. Come on.
Because you know, have you ever read the book, the 7 Law? Is it? I'm getting mixed up now. Stephen Covey, Highly Effective People. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's it.
No, I haven't read that.
So in that book, there is a little diagram, and he referenced, I always get them confused, so I'm hoping I get them the right way. But he has the circle of influence, and then wider than the circle of influence is a circle of control.
And then concern. Is that it? Concern.
I believe you might be right. Yes.
I think so.
So that diagram comes from that book. So the reason I bring that up is so when we're talking about what I thought I could do, the middle circle, I can't do anything about the big problems.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And beyond that, I can't control all of the men who are going through what they're going through. But in my little circle of influence, there is something that I can do. And so again, to the point of the version of me that took the action, it was being aware of, in this space, with the people that I know, with the people who are close to me, I can affect even a little tiny bit, you know? So, yeah.
And you have.
Thank you.
Those conversations exist.
They do.
So you have done it.
Yeah.
You might have given, I know you've given a few of those brothers things to think about. I can see it in their face.
I would hope so.
You can see it in their face when they're staring off into space. So you've definitely done that. Not that you're in that at an end. Long may it continue and continue to grow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I really hope so.
The Civilised Savage.
Yes.
Where did that name come from?
The Civilised Savage is actually based on a philosophy that comes from the Tao, which is a Chinese philosophy. It's ultimately the yin and yang principle. The idea that there's light and dark.
Right.
Yeah. So you have your shadow, your light, you have savage energy, civilized, masculine, feminine. It's the idea of like dualities that complement each other but live as one complete whole integrated. So I've kind of labeled those sides from the yin and yang as the civilized and the savage because I recognize those elements within myself. And as opposed to trying to separate them and kind of like suppress one or elevate one, it's like I embody all of them. So some days you might get me speaking very nicely on a podcast with with yourself.
Come on.
And another day I might be on a bit of a scrappy energy. So, you know, and it's not me being fake. It's not me being two-faced or trying to be anything. It's me being all facets of myself because they all exist within me.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So that's where that name and that kind of ideology comes from.
I like it.
Thank you.
It's interesting. And I'm not sure if the word is a juxtaposition, but I like the word even dichotomy.
Yeah.
I might have just thrown some randoms, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, and I appreciate it, I think. And after we take a break, we can start to look at that.
Okay.
But when we're talking about, especially in 2025, where everyone's got something to say about how people should be. Like you can't just be and have different facets of different things as part of you. You have to be this thing
Facts.
or that.
No.
And they have to put what it's like, listen, bruv.
Yeah, it's funny because everyone who don't like labels seems to be labeling everybody.
The label thing, it's like, listen.
I actually heard something today, and I heard it in a bit of a context that I thought was like a bit of a spiritual bypass, but I did actually like the philosophy of what the person was intending to say.
Okay.
And they said, when you label me, you disable me. And I was like, it's valid. I hear it.
I hear it. I think people always got stuff to say.
Always.
You know? And I think, so Venom, big up Venom.
I like Venom.
Big up Venom and Mrs. Venom and newborn
And baby Venom.
Big up baby Venom.
Baby.
Come on, new baby. We talk about these things often.
Yeah.
And for me, and I would say for us, there's definitely a level of, brother, I can't hear what you're saying. I could very readily wake up in the morning, open Insta, and internalize the most nonsense. And now I hate myself. I haven't even got out of bed yet.
Yeah, it's long.
And I hate myself.
Absolutely.
I've been awake for 11 minutes and I don't have £27 million. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, my life's a mess.
Like, what's going on? This person had £8 million when they were 13 years old. And you...
In your big old age.
Don't have...
Don't have £8.
You're still in bed. How dare you go to... It's like, brother... You know, the world, it wants to, for a reason, if you are observant, I will say woke, just for the sake of reclaiming the word that has been stolen.
Absolutely.
And for context, the word woke was something that our American brothers and sisters designed to illustrate a particular person's mental state.
Yes.
Your observation of things that are happening.
Yes.
And your willingness and desire to make certain changes.
Absolutely.
This word has since been co-opted for any old...
Terribly.
It's mad.
Yeah.
But I will use it...
In the way it was intended.
In the way it's intended.
Absolutely.
Have to take the things back.
Take them back from the colonizers.
You have to take them back.
Yeah.
If I don't take them back, you get what you got.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, I'm not sure how we got here, but apparently that's the thing. I don't know how we got here. That being said,
yeah, go on.
When we come back from the break,
we're going to talk about Civilised Savage, I think, is what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Civilised Savage, masculinity, femininity.
There we go.
Both sides of the force.
Both sides.
Yin and the yang.
All of it.
All of the things.
Love it.
Dalston Radio Live. We will be back.
You're listening to Dalston Radio Live.
Yeah. Outlaw. Health and wealth. Listen. Sky rise and I start my journey. Minimum wage from the age of 16. Can't be a working man in my 30s. Man, I want the retirement early, but I'll get there one day. Right now I'm mashing up mic and my flow is murky. I don't like a waste MC. Can't pull up to my set if your bars aren't 30. So you better be certified. I'm outlaw. I got fans from London to Merseyside. Won't be a sellout like certain guys, cause I'll still do grime when I'm 35. Still do grime when I'm 45. Still do grime if I'm still alive, because the outlaw legacy will never die. Outlaw legacy will never die. Say that again, better get it right. Don't act shocked or mortified, cause I'm here to stay, can't get rid of I. Me and Scarlet Rigby are Mordecai. That's my family. He's got my back like a rucksack, so there is one more person I can rely. Listen. Yeah, be clean-hearted, being genuine from the day that I started. In life, man, I gotta stay cautious, cause the crosses got me thinking rotted. Take off the rose-tinted glasses, third eye open, feeling enchanted. But after enough time passes, I'm gonna go down as the greatest artist. Say what you wanna say and then say it when you see me. But please don't DM my phone, acting all blessed, when you know full well that you and your team been moving sneaky. How could you be so cheeky? TBH, you deserve a smack in the face. But morals and values be telling me to be taking it easy. Clock the game, now it's my time. In the darkest world, man, I shine bright. Used to live at the top of a high rise. Grew up on bully beef and white rice. You can't blindside me or blur my vision. I got the perfect eyesight. My journey starts in a London skyrise. It's outlaw. O-U-T, it's outlaw. Been through trials and tribulations, so if you don't know, then I tell you more. I'll take from the rich, give back to the poor. Breaking the rule, breaking the law. Cut me in half, bad man to the core. Outlaw and I'm from Izzy. N7 all day, man, I rep for my city. Get spun like Crash Bandicoot, get spun so much that I leave man dizzy. Don't know why man, I acting silly, cause you're not rated like Mitchell Billy. Don't know why man, I acting silly. Don't know why man, I acting like I won't break you badly. Heisenberg, got my notepad full up of lyrics when I pull up to the set. I disperse, 16 bars, leave man in a hearse. Man get murked, autopsy, that's death by verse. Man get buried in a graveyard outside church. Consequence of the outlaw curse. You don't like truth, cause the truth them hurt. Grime when I put in that work, I give you my word. Not second or third place, bro, man, I gotta be first. I'm the best MC in the room, so you better mind that who you're speaking to. And I don't put lies on my lyrics, that's why I'm a better MC than you. See me walking, you better cross the road. Get out the way. See me walking, you better cross the road. Get out the way. See me walking, you better cross the road. Get out the way. See me walking, you better see me walking, rude boy. Get out the way. See me walking, you better cross the road. Get out the way. See me walking, you better cross the road. Get out the way. See me walking, you better cross the road. Get out the way. See me walking, you better see me walking. Outlaw.
You're listening to Dalston Radio Live.
And we are back.
Back in the building.
Come on.
Let's go.
Joined by the Civilised Savage.
Hey.
Happy to have her in the studio. And now.
Dun, 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 dun. Where are we going? Where are we going next?
So I've been watching the Civilised Savage channel, Civilised Savage, on YouTube
Come on.
and Insta.
And Insta.
We'll say that again at the end, but Civilised Savage, YouTube, go and watch that. Like,
Subscribe.
go. Like, while you're watching this,
Run.
you can just press I and then go and quickly do that. But
Do that.
I've been watching,
Thank you.
and you're welcome. I appreciate the content.
Love that.
Among the different things like mentality and some of the panel discussions you've done,
Yeah,
you also have a series called Between Me and You.
I do.
It's a bit of a different one.
It is. But wait, different in relation to what? Different to what though?
I think the subject matter, because of where it comes from,
Yeah.
where does it come from? For those that don't know.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Between Me and You is a concept that I came up with because it's kind of a dual. Two things were kind of happening, and this was the kind of iteration that I lent more into.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what I lent more into was the fact that I'm a journal girly. I write all the time. I write every day.
Right.
And so a lot of the time I've just been writing and certain things just come up and I have insights. Some people call them downloads, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
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 And I'd be having these thoughts and I'd be like, no, but this is an insight that is worthy of being shared.
Yeah.
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 And so Between Me and You is more about things that I kind of live and experience. And like I said, my personal insights that literally have been lifted from the pages of my personal journal. And I just put
Right.
them out to people. And it's like, this is what I'm thinking. This is where I'm at with it. Have a listen. Let me know what you think. Not even let me know what you think in terms of, I need your opinion.
Yeah.
But have your own personal explorations of it. And if you want to share it with me, cool. If you don't, and if it's just something for you to ponder on and take away for yourself, then do that.
I think that's why I say it's interesting and somewhat different. So I'm aware of the process. I'm not great at it.
Okay.
Like I've tried it before,
Yeah.
but then I get on with something and then I don't do it, and then it's
Okay.
been, how long have I not done it? And
Right.
however, when I have done it, you know, you are, I'm not going to say dumping, but you're sitting with your thoughts.
Yes.
What goes on the paper isn't necessarily something that is, unless it is for you, it's not incredibly thought out.
Okay.
It's, I'm sitting, I'm going to write,
Yeah.
and I'm going to write what I have to write based on where my hand is going. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you might review it after and look at it, but it's not necessarily, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write this. You're just writing what you need to write.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting to me because it's straight from your heart to the book or the notepad, and then you're saying it, which is a bit techie.
What's techie about it for you?
I know I'm aware of myself,
Yes.
and I love myself, and I accept myself. I'm not appropriate for every situation
I hear it.
at all.
Yeah.
There's some situations, call me. There are others. There are others where perhaps a different approach
Is required.
Yes.
Yes.
Not just suggested, but probably required.
Yeah.
I accept that bit. If I was writing down my thoughts and feelings, it's only this bit,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So then to share that with the world and then have the world critique it, effectively you've literally, it's like, we make music, I make music.
Yeah.
So I'm in a situation and a blessing where things are a certain way for me and I don't have to release it.
Okay.
People can hear it when we play it and we're out and we're doing stuff,
Yeah.
but it's still mine.
Yes.
And I don't make it for people, it's God and me.
Yes.
The fact that people enjoy it is the blessing.
Bonus. Yeah.
I would make it even if they didn't.
Anyway.
Right? So what they think,
Yeah. What they think matters doesn't matter.
But when you put it on the YouTube,
Yeah.
it's a bit different.
Okay.
So even when you're receiving,
though?
I mean, maybe it's not, but
Okay.
even if you're receiving feedback,
Yeah.
you're receiving feedback from your direct thoughts and feelings at a particular time. Does it hurt more if they don't like it or if they don't understand it?
Okay. Really good question. And I think my initial, as you were saying it, is like, no, doesn't matter at all. Only in the sense that I wrote it anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was writing it for people, if it was like, okay, so there's this theme and I'm going to explore this theme and I'm going to create my opinions around it and then I'm going to put it out and see what people think, then I'd obviously have some more affinity to people's critique and opinion and blah, blah, blah. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that was the intention, to do something for other people. But with these just being my thoughts and my feelings and whatever, it's literally, I was talking to somebody about this the other day and I was like, if people tap in, they tap in. If they don't, I wrote it in my journal anyway. I had the thoughts about it for me anyway. Do you know what I mean? And so again, if you listened, you would hear that I say throughout the conversation, like, guys, pause the recording, think about it for you. Because I'm thinking about it anyway. If you want to think about it, cool. And then if you don't even get to the point where you're hearing the questions, if you don't even get 10, I've already processed it. So I've already got what I needed to get from the conversation anyway. So if people then start listening and start thinking, oh, okay, she talks about this, or one time I heard an episode, cool. And if not, is what it is.
But then when you're doing it, how do you want it to be received? So if you're just saying, all right, I'm doing this, I'm putting it out for the world to enjoy or not enjoy, fine. But what can often happen, even in social media world, before the business, I'm not a man who cares about likes.
Okay.
I don't care. I like it. Until you have something that everybody likes. Right?
Okay.
And then the next thing, maybe not everybody likes it.
Yeah.
And you question, I'm not going to say even me, but even me, inevitably.
Yeah.
Well,
what happened to...
It's part of this sick...
It's a twisted game that we play
it's
in
mad.
life.
It's mad.
100%.
But once you participate, you're in it.
You're in the game.
You know?
Yeah.
So if I was to ask, how do you want it to be received?
Okay. I want it to be received as... How do I want it to be received? I guess let me talk about the intention of sharing it then.
Yeah.
So my intention, because it could have, if I'm just writing this anyway, it could have just literally sat in my journal and it could have just stayed there forever and it could have just been literally between me and my journal.
True.
So I think maybe the intention of sharing it is, again, the whole idea of like when you share things in life with people, sometimes the isolation of feeling you're the only person who goes through something creates a certain type of pressure. It creates within a lot of people, no one else is going through this. I can't share this with anybody. No one will understand. Do Do you see what I'm saying? So I think the intention behind sharing what my thoughts are is to give people that kind of, oh yeah, I kind of felt that too, or maybe conversely, oh, I've never thought of it like that. So the idea is to kind of maybe create dialogue and create open spaces and to give people the way I've been introspective and going through my own kind of process and understanding, gives people the opportunity to also do their own level of introspection and journeying within themselves. Right. Does that make sense? So yeah, that would be my intention for it. I don't know if that answers how do I want it to be received, but
it kind of does.
Yeah.
It kind of does. I wonder, is it a thing where you'd want it to pop off and have, I don't like virality, but that's what they say, innit?
Yeah.
Is it a thing you'd want to pop off and be viral? And if it was, what type of conversations would you be wanting to come off
fair.
That virality?
Specifically still talking about between me and you?
For now, yeah.
Okay. So the question is, if it was to go, repeat
Let's say it went viral.
Yeah.
And it was received for consumption by everyone, like the whole viral thing.
Right. It's just gone mad.
The mad thing.
Okay.
What type of conversations, if any, would you want to come off that content?
Okay. The conversations would be people having conversations with themselves, ultimately. It wouldn't even necessarily have to be like a open platformed conversation.
Yeah.
I think what I would like to come, if it was going viral when everybody was tapped in, is everybody's doing their own work.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's a space that we're not tapped in enough to. Everyone's watching what everyone else is doing. Everyone's got commentary for everybody else. Everyone's got something to say about someone else's life.
True.
How often are you sitting with yourself and exploring where you're at, what your needs are, what your dreams, desires, traumas, triggers, like how often do you sit in conversation and have dialogue with you? So I think that would be the thing that I would want people to be in, like be in a practice of talking and communing with yourself. Yeah.
I hear it. Maybe it would convince some people to put the phone down and just
not every day Instagram and socials. And don't get me wrong, I'd be on the Instagrams and the socials.
You went to go and do something. You went on there for a specific reason, and then 20 minutes have gone. And
you ain't even done the thing that you picked up the phone for.
Mad.
Yeah, no, I hear it. So again, I don't. And this is something that I really want to kind of get clear. Especially when I'm doing like my well-being stuff and even like with mentality and stuff. I never posture myself as a guru of any kind.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? My whole thing is I'm journeying with you. Yeah, I'm not up here telling you how to show up, telling you what to do, saying this you must and this is the way.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. This is helping me. If it helps you, take it. If not, what are you doing? Can we journey together? Like I'm here learning like everybody else. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a lot of people who are in well-being spaces or social spaces tend to position themselves like they're the person with the answers.
100%.
Bro, you don't know. A lot of the time. I'm not going to say because people don't know stuff, because people do know things. But you see where I'm leaning into with it.
I
do. You know what I
do.
mean? Like,
I think they see
themselves like as above and beyond.
I think for them, not always, blah, 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 but for the most part, I think they see things that worked for them. And I think a pitfall for all communities, but I'm in mine.
Of course.
So that's where I'm at.
This is where we are.
So this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think a pitfall that perhaps even I've fallen into before is a consideration of what is good for them may not be good for you, even if it's right, quote unquote.
Yeah. Hundreds.
You know,
Yeah.
that's something that I've really had to examine. You know, there's so many different aspects. And again, this is a wonderful segue.
Yeah.
So like between me and you, Civilised Savage, there's so many facets to human experience.
Absolutely.
And I think in my community, there's a level of humanity that we have still not really looked at properly. For real. I can only speak for the diaspora because that's where our people would come from.
Yeah.
There is a level of examination on humanity that we're still not really doing. It's just people talking. I am what I am. And again, so like you are someone who has spent quite a bit of time examining masculinity and femininity.
Yeah.
I have no idea how feminine I am or how masculine I am. I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I like flowers. I like flowers.
Yeah.
Oh, is that feminine? If you stop me from buying my flowers,
Yeah.
then what would that bit be when the other bit happens? Is that the masculine bit, or is that the... Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
So like there's all this level, especially with, I think, because I care about them the most, they're the only women that I care about from that perspective is
Yes.
my own.
Yes.
There's a lot of pressure on you lot to be all this stuff. And it's like, but what about the humanity? I get it. You are what you are.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pressure to be like masculinity, it's like, bruv,
Yeah. Go on, carry on.
it's just a thing for me where I accept and love myself, good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And there are parts which could be bad, but in certain times, those are the bits you need.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
So I think what we could say, because we'll do, all the different places.
Go on.
Why do you care so much about
I don't care.
masculinity and femininity?
Do you know what? It's so interesting. I think it's not even so much I care.
Okay.
I think what it is I've observed the relevance of it, at least for me, right? And again, coming from the observation of the Tao and living in balance, that's what it is for me. So it's not, I think what has happened with the terms, they've just been so exacerbated, yeah, to the point people are almost like annoyed. The moment you hear a conversation that centers around any type of masculine, people almost shut down a little bit because I feel like it's been overused, and not only has it been overused, it's been misused a lot of the time. And now what has seemed to happen is that when you're talking about co-opting words before and how woke has been completely shifted from what?
Jacked.
Listen,
Jacked,
yes.
where they asked you if you have 50 pence. And then they said, well, if you jump, am I going to hear the 50 pence? Like, jacked.
Literally.
It's mad.
Literally. And I feel like the terms masculinity and femininity have been jacked in the sense of now they're only seen through the Western lens of gender and sex.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I look at it, and not only, but people who understand things like from Tao and philosophy and essence of life and
For those that don't know, what is Tao?
Sorry, I said before, Tao is the Chinese philosophy of universal balance. So we spoke before about the yin and the yang, knowing that there are complementary energies. They're not opposing, they complement one another and they fit and they create a balance. Yeah. And this is existent in life, in the universe. Like it's present. It's not something that we've just decided. It's here. It's a real thing. And so I think from that philosophical aspect of understanding the masculine, feminine energies, like as essence, not as female, male,
right?
Like biology or how we exist in these Western societies and what's your role and what are you going? No. I think what I find is a really useful way to understand the energies as essence is looking at the sun and the moon. I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but
this is what we do.
Ride with me for a second.
This is where we are.
So if you think of the sun in the solar system is in a fixed position. It doesn't move.
Correct.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So the essence of the sun is fixed.
Yes.
Yeah? So when we talk about, at least like from like Tao and philosophical, metaphysical standpoint, that's alluding to the masculine. The masculine is fixed. So when we talk about, men are stability, yeah? Men create structure.
Yeah.
Essence of the sun is that it's fixed. It doesn't move anywhere. That's the essence, right? We know that the sun is powerful. In the daytime, it represents action, doing, energy, outward, yeah? So when we say men are strong, men are about active, getting things done.
Right.
So can you see where we're kind of getting the...
I can, yeah.
On the flip side, conversely now, the moon is cyclical. The moon is ever changing. So again, we transpose that to women. Wherever we've got a menstrual cycle that actually literally connects to the moon.
To the moon, yeah.
Yeah, so we are also cyclical beings. We're constantly in change, in flow. That's why the feminine energy is linked to flow and creativity and intuition and wisdom and all of these types of things. So I think if we just think of like sun and moon, those things give us very distinct, different energies.
100%, yeah.
The moon is cooling, yeah? The moon is, in the nighttime, things slow down. We're not supposed to be doing as much in the daytime.
Right.
It's a being energy,
right?
Yeah? And that's what the feminine is. It's about just being observant, silent, quiet.
Interesting.
Right? So Am I doing too much right now?
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
good.
with
It's
me?
good.
Are you
It's
still
good.
with me?
I'm downloading what you're saying. I'm here.
So I think if people were to kind of just get into a concept of, okay, if we think about these two celestial bodies, suns like this, moons like this, these are what the energies are, the essence of these are like this.
Yeah.
And then all that happens is that you kind of like personify it a little bit, because again, the human mind needs ways to kind of transpose nature into our lived existence and experience, right? But then people just take it a bit too far left, and then, but men absolutely can be that too, because in themselves, because men, again, being the complete whole being, if we're talking about yin and yang, you as a man have within you your masculine and feminine energy.
Okay.
And then even if you've envisioned the symbol, on that kind of like black side, you've got the little white dot in there. So even in that bit of feminine, there's a bit of masculine. In this do you know what I mean? There's that little bit of feminine.
Yeah.
So what you talked about before, well, sometimes I'm going to be a little bit like this, but there's certain times when I'm going to need that. You do, because it's there and it's part of you and 100%. It's there for a reason.
100%.
So when the argument of like, women are too masculine, women absolutely need their masculine, because again, when we talked about the sun and the masculine energy, it's action, it's doing, it's drive. That's going to give you your discipline to get things done. So sometimes that activation is needed to get the things done. Right?
Yeah,
so it's not a negative thing. I feel what I would say, however, though, when we're talking about these things, another thing that people don't tend to kind of know is that there are kind of healed versions of these energies and ones that are not quite healed. And I think as women, we tend to lean more into
H-E-A-L-E-D, healed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. We tend to lean, unfortunately, our women, yeah, we do tend to lean more into the unhealed version of that energy. And sometimes when we're saying, oh, but I need my masculine and masculineness, it is, but have you activated the side of it that's actually the healing version of it and not? And an example of that is, I mean, like, to be assertive is alluding to being masculine, but you can be assertive without being aggressive. I think we kind of spoke about this loosely before.
Yeah.
But that's a whole conversation that I might be taking us a bit too far into right now.
No, I mean, I hear it. I appreciate you for teaching me something that I've heard of the sun and the moon. I didn't know where that thing came from.
Okay.
But when you look at life and the similarities in the dynamic you described, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When I hear, and again, the only women whose ongoing issues and ongoing history and ongoing concerns are the ones that Leon, not business-minded, Leon as a man, it would be my own women. So when I examine the pressure that the world puts on them, one, I would say openly, I don't like it. Two, I mentioned this before, I don't think a lot of what the world put on black women, I don't think they deserve a lot of that. So, like a wise man once said, if you're a guy and you say, nah, women are too masculine, you have to add with me.
Ooh.
That's my experience. I have to be honest.
I love that.
I have to be honest.
I love that.
People can say what they want. I love women.
Yeah.
No one is perfect.
At all.
That's mad. This perfect idea of this person's personality, it's not real.
At all.
So I hear certain men talk about women and it's weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what you blame them for.
And what you're expecting.
I don't understand.
What do you want?
So like if I say, nah, women, nah, if they were to say black women are too masculine, well, then my pushback would have to be, well, okay, hang on. First things first, before you make a comment like this, how much time and energy have you spent into actually researching your women? You can grow up with women and men and not know them. Before you speak about how masculine, quote unquote, they are, how much time have you actually spent observing them outside of sex? Like, have you actually spent any time? It's techie for me.
Can you preach, please? Because that's a whole conversation there. How a lot of men don't even like or value women.
I think
You don't
that's
even
real.
like them.
I think that's real.
Because if you take, can I say that? If you take sex out of the situation, a lot of men don't like women. They don't. So now, where do we go with this?
I agree.
If the only value you place on a woman is what's between her legs, then you've already lost, as far as I'm concerned, because you're never going to really bond or connect with anybody genuinely, because you only see that as what they bring to the table, which is a term and phrase that
which you can put in the bin.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that. What do you bring to the table? Put that in the bin. Just put the terms in the bin.
Throw it away.
You can just put it in the bin. Like, it comes around on Thursday. Just put it in the bin. Like, they'll just wake up early and put it in the bin.
Out there.
It's the whole thing is mad. And again, we'll you know what I mean? I know that's what will end up happening. But I just, for our own community, it's not all blah blah. I hear it. It's never all.
No, not at all.
But the narrative that is spun about black women, it's not true. And I think if it's a situation where as a brother and a leader, and you want different for the community, but you don't read no books. And then if I'm asking you, so like, and again, something we can touch on later, but like hair.
Oh, my days.
I'm not all, but I hear certain brothers talking about hair. But then have you actually spent time for real, understanding the history of the hair? It's a super important thing, but you have to take it has to be like a degree. You have to really, before you're going to open your mouth and start talking on the internet, you have to really examine. This is my opinion.
I hear it. And this is, sidebar tangent.
Here we are.
This is why, for me, it's just a brief comment I want to make about talking on the internet. This is why I just talk about myself. Not in a narcissistic way, but I don't want to put myself in a space and talk about things that I absolutely have no idea about. And because I'm happy to say I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So between me and you, my personal thoughts, feelings, whatever, I'm not wrong. It's how I feel about whatever my thoughts are.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Mentality, I hold space for, we just talk about what you've brought to me. Let's have this conversation here. But I feel like too many people, like you said, are quick to jump and want to act like they've got degrees in things.
It's mad.
And I'm not saying you have to go through like traditional academic institutions to validate the knowledge that you have, right? But sometimes, guys, a lot of people are talking about things that, to your point, we don't actually have the insights on. And so when you hear all these podcast boys talking about this stat and that stat and black women are this and black women that, meanwhile in your own house you haven't even had a sit down conversation with your own mother, but you're out here talking about women, you're out here talking about how many baby fathers red hair, but I'm gonna say it might be controversial, meanwhile in your own house all of your brothers and sisters ain't even got the same last name. So what are we saying?
I mean,
go home and have a conversation with your house.
I agree. I think and it's our fault. And as a brother, I am happy to accept the accountability.
Yes, because we need to.
It has to go somewhere. So I will, as the son.
Yeah.
I will take the accountability. A lot has happened and I can only speak for, again, we would be part of the diaspora.
Yes.
That's our history. So I can only speak for our history. There are different brothers and sisters from the continent who would have had different experiences. But for our situation, I would say as a brother, I think it's important for brothers first, before women, brothers first. You can't just, well, you can because it's 2026, but
people do it.
But have you actually spent time examining? So like I was listening to a brother talk about love and he was saying it's a product of, he was saying it's proximity, focus, and something else where you can say, I just fell in love. That's not actually what happened. There was a proximity between you and a person, for example. There was an openness to receive this interaction.
Yes.
And then there was a focus on making it work. And now you love. Where I think there isn't enough love. And it sounds, I don't even care. There isn't enough. Where's the love? My love for our people and our my women, our women, means that I've had to spend, one, I'm blessed that I love reading. When last you pick up a book?
When last?
Mad.
Mad thing. I'm an avid reader myself, to be fair.
I'm aware that you gave me some stuff that I wrote down that I have to go and find. But I just don't think there's enough by those that care done as men.
Okay.
Do you actually understand what you're saying when you say it? So like you can say, I don't like this thing, but where is this coming from? Have you actually spent time examining the actual root of where this comes from? Then you might not want to be on the phone shouting. And I can't blame women. I can't do that. That's mad. I can't blame. How can I blame them? And then the state of being, and again, we will do this.
Yeah, do it.
So, but it's like the state of being that some men say women should be in. Okay, so I hear it.
Okay.
But then my response to that would be, well, what have you done to ensure and create? And it's not money, it's systems, it's systems, it's focus, it's dedication and discipline. What have you done to ensure that this woman can be? It's all well and good to say, no, they're too masculine. But what are we saying?
Yeah.
What are we actually saying? If you're saying that based on a history that we haven't done well on managing, now they are being a certain way with you because they're not with me.
I love it. Sorry.
But I'm saying, what have we done then to make sure you can talk after you've done the thing?
Yes.
If you've got a body of work in place, then you can say,
Yeah.
But not now.
Not at this point, when the work hasn't been done.
There's too few of us are doing the work.
Yeah, 100%.
In my opinion. And I don't like people blaming women. I just don't like it.
No, I feel like it's that whole analogy of the seed and the soil, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because women are the seed. We hold all of the potential. Do you see what I'm saying? And the seed is going to be the seed and it's going to hold the potential regardless. But the seed is not really going to bloom into anything until it's planted in soil that is fertile, that allows it to bloom and grow and give the fruit. Do you see what I'm saying?
I agree.
So to your point, men, what are you doing to be the fertile ground within which your woman can flourish, grow and bloom? Like, what are we doing? Because she's going to be the seed anywhere she goes regardless.
Brothers, I said what I said. If you lot know me, you lot can come and see me in real life.
Pull up.
And we can talk because that's important.
Yeah.
But I said what I said and I mean it. I don't like people blaming women. No one's perfect. And
Nobody's perfect. And I think, sorry, go on.
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, please.
I think in terms of like accountability, I think that's all we can ever do. We can only ever be responsible for the part that we play in a particular situation. And something that I've said a lot and I continue to say is that we can't hold anybody accountable. And oftentimes, when I say it, I always say, some people feel like it's just semantics, but I can't hold you accountable. I can hold you to account. I can bring something to your attention and be like, do you see that thing that you did? I don't really know that was the best way that you could have handled that, or whatever the gripe is. I can bring it to your attention.
Yeah.
What you then choose to do with that is out of my hands.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Accountability is an internal process. Only I can hold me accountable because that means I've received the information. I've seen that there is something that I've kind of done wrong or I could do differently. And then I decide a changed behavior.
Right.
I then act on and bring about a changed behavior. Nobody can make me do that. No matter how much you get onto me and be like this and that and rare, you can say it to me until the cows come home. But until I say, do you know what he's saying is actually real, let me do something different. That is when the accountability happens because I've chosen to create a new action. Nobody else can do that. So I feel like we can hold people to account. I can always bring something to your attention, shine a light on it, hold the mirror, however you want to talk about it. Only you have the action of accountability. And I think that's something that a lot of people, and the reason why I bring that up is because everyone's like, you got to hold them accountable, especially like certain men when they're talking about women. Women need to be held accountable. You can't hold me accountable, babes. You can't. Shine a light. Give me some insight. Call me in. Yeah, that's another thing. People always want to call people out all the time. Put people on blast, want to shame people. How is that working for you, for us as a collective, constantly?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Some people say like we need to bring back shame. I don't know. And I there's a part of it that I hear. I'm not going to act like I don't hear why people say that.
Right.
Because I do. But I also feel as if the extent that people oftentimes want to shame people isn't the way that they're going to create the result that they think that they want.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's why my approach oftentimes, and I don't always get it right because I'm learning like everybody else, but my intention is usually to call people in to themselves. I want to give you an opportunity to look at something, for you to take away, for you to actually observe it. And then, like I said, for you to then create that change. Because if I call you out and it's a big shame thing and I'm publicly humiliating you and your response is probably going to be a negative reaction because you're not even reacting to the thing, you're reacting to the shame, the fact that, oh my God, everybody's seen and heard this and now you've got to puff up your chest and it's bravado now and now you're not even dealing with the thing that we're supposed to be dealing with. Whereas if I'm low-key about it and I'm just holding up the mirror, shining the light, being like, bro, that thing there, go and look at that. Then you're more likely, not to say that you will necessarily, because some people still might even receive that as an affront and they might not do the work with that. But I feel like they're more likely to receive a little low-key call in, babes, go hold that little weight over there.
I hear it. I think to add to your point, I quite like, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
Absolutely.
As one. Mm-hmm. And then, so like the Bible, and again, this is what it says. So what Jesus said, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So the woman had committed adultery. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted this woman done.
Yeah. They wanted to done her dance.
Done.
They wanted to done her dance in Jerusalem.
Done. But then...
I don't even know if it was in Jerusalem, but you know.
I'm not sure where it was, but potentially.
Potentially.
But then the man that the world knew as Jesus was like, all right, cool. Whoever is without sin...
Yes.
Dash.
Take up stone and fling after her.
You can have this one if you want.
Yeah.
And it couldn't
you can't
happen.
do it.
And then the ultimate judgment was, all right, that thing is done. Go and don't do any more of it. So shame to a degree, but I think for me to shame you, there has to be a system that is upheld by me to come and chat to you. It can't be me talking about you and then going home and doing what I just said to you.
Wasn't the right thing to do.
What about that bit?
Yes, long.
So I think real examination and so this is like a thing when we talk, it goes, and I welcome it.
It's good.
I welcome it.
I'm here for the ride.
We're going to take a break.
Okay.
And
ready? I'm just getting.
They are.
The fire's just.
They are. Wiki Conversation. Dalston Radio Live. The Civilised Savage.
You're listening to Dalston Radio Live.
We will be back.
Trying to make sure you take care of yourself. Trying to make sure you take care of yourself. Trying to make sure you take care of yourself. Trying to make sure you take care of yourself for me.
You're listening to Dalston Radio Live.
And we are back.
Back in the game.
Civilised Savage,
That's me.
King Camel.
Dalston Radio Live.
You're listening to Dalston Radio Live.
Exactly right. Dalston Radio Live. Wicked conversation. The types of conversations that and topics that you will find more of when you go to the Civilised Savage YouTube. The different types of conversations with men from different walks of life. It's not solely about men. It plays a part of the channel, but there are loads of topics if you're that way inclined to sink your teeth into.
Yeah.
And amongst the topics,
Yes.
poetry.
Yeah.
So historically, I've never been opposed to poetry. In music, we have many poets and artists. If you've come to some of our events and performed at those events, you know that like the Soulful Sundays, for example, cater to people who have that soul. But on my way here today, for example, I was reading some poetry, and I think, yes, I was. I'll tell you about it after.
Good.
But I think something that shouldn't be lost is the soul of the poet. The ability to communicate what you're going through and observations of the world through poetry. And not all poems have rhyming schemes, but something about the schemes of certain poems and their ability to stay with you after. The poem and the book I was reading on my way here was speaking on poetry and the ability for a particular poem to change a person's trajectory in life if it's talking to you. There is a particular type of poetry that might not apply to everyone, but there is a particular set of words that can change your trajectory. And you
Me.
are a poet.
Do you know what's crazy? I'm going to be that person, yeah, who and just hear me out.
Okay, all right, cool.
Because I don't actually consider myself a poet, which is mad to some people.
Okay.
I just say I'm somebody who writes.
Okay.
Some people argue, what's the difference? For me, maybe it's just my own personal kind of like, I don't know what I was saying. Maybe it's just a whole personal challenge of accepting, just because the name poet just feels heavy to me.
It feels heavy.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like there's a big responsibility of wearing a poet hat.
What is that responsibility?
I think it's the first word that comes to my mind, and this is not right or wrong. It's just the first word that comes to mind is like a commitment. Do you know what I mean? If you're a poet, you're committed to
Okay.
the art and the crafts and all that comes with the, I guess, the history and there's a lot. Maybe I've just created that in my own head, but
Right.
when I hear the word poet, that's what commitment. Like you're really about this
Right.
life.
Right.
You know?
No, I hear it. I do hear it. I hear it.
Whereas I think for me, where my writing has always just been my own kind of therapy, my own catharsis, it's just been my own way that I've learned to process information sometimes. And I do it just out of, I guess, just like a hobby or a love of just connecting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make sense.
And I feel like for other people, like, they have to write every single day and they have to be out
Right, okay.
spaces and they want to have books published and, you know, there's a deep connection to it.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't love my writing, I don't love what I do, but it feels different to me.
I hear it. If you do not subscribe to that particular label,
Yeah.
then live without it.
Yeah, facts.
For real.
Yeah. So
Just do you.
I'm someone who writes because it might be writing in my journal, I might be writing a poem, I might be writing on Substack, I might be writing some bars to go and spit at Garage Brunch on a Saturday. Like, I'm just writing. Do you know what I mean? I just write. So if people want to say that I'm a poet, they can say that about me. I wouldn't necessarily say that about me though.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hear
But I
it.
do definitely write and I got bars.
Listen, I believe it, and we will put some of those bars to the test. But you have brought some writing with you.
I have brought some writing with me, yes.
What have you brought with you, and what inspired this writing?
What inspired? Ooh, might get techie.
Okay, it's techie time. It's techie time. Okay.
So I bought a piece that's called Open Letter, and I wrote that in direct response to, as we were talking about virality earlier and things that kind of like just blow up on socials, and it's not necessarily the most empowering or enlightening conversations. But there was a moment when was on a platform. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember the moment.
I'm aware.
Right. And so as a result of that very specific moment, this piece came to mind, and I wrote it as an open letter, not directly to him, but as an open letter to Black men who share his sentiment and who have had similar experiences to him, and who would have potentially responded in a similar way to him if in that same scenario. So, yeah.
Sounds great. Would you be willing to share that with us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Do
you
it.
want me to do it? Should I do it right now?
Yes, please.
It's one that I haven't fully got off the dome, so I will be reading it from my phone, but
That's fine.
the piece. So, open letter reads as follows. To all the Black men who say, that's why I don't date Black women, I hear you. To all the Black men who say, bro, that's why I can't with these Black women, I hear you. To all the men who say, brother, that's why I can't take these Black women, I hear you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the times you wanted someone to hold you and you were pushed away. I'm sorry that your interactions with your primary caregivers have negatively impacted you to this day. I'm sorry for all the times you were told no when all you yearned for was a yes. I'm sorry for all the times you were emasculated and, often with intent, you experienced a diminishing of your ego rather than a validation of your strengths. I'm sorry for the narrative that your sole purpose is to protect and provide, and that even when asked to lead, your leadership is often denied. You get stepped out in front of rather than having somebody walk with you by your side. I'm sorry for all the times you sought to express yourself and ultimately got shut down. I'm sorry that you're held as kings but often experience a dishonoring of your crowns. I'm sorry for expecting you to show a love I'm guessing so many of you have never known. I'm sorry for assuming that you know what it means to be a man when so many of you never had a man inside your home. I'm sorry that as women, we often react to your words instead of responding to your wounds. And I'm sorry that our triggers make us pull the proverbial trigger on you. Or worse, that you pull the trigger on you too. Then all of a sudden it's dove emojis and hashtag gone too soon. To all the Black men who say, that's why I don't date Black women. Your feelings are valid. Poor behavior is not. Maturing as a man requires a level of awareness, so I beg, please stop. Blaming everyone for all the parts of yourself you haven't seen or that you've chosen to block. To all the Black men who say, that's why I don't date Black women. Your first love was a Black woman. So the next time you feel like you want to get disrespectful, maybe let's not. And that's Open Letter by the Civilised Savage.
Wicked.
Yeah? You've never heard that before, have you?
No. Wicked.
Thank
It's
you.
given me, I will go and think about that after.
Love that.
I will go and think about that after. Man, just go and read a book, yeah?
When last you pick up a
When
book?
last you pick up a book? Wicked conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that very insightful, thought-provoking piece.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time with us today.
No, thank you for having me. It's been dope. I'm not going to lie.
Great. Where can the people find you and learn more about you or contact you and all that?
Yeah,
Where?
all the good stuff.
All the things.
Across all the socials, I'm the Civilised Savage. So that's TikTok, Insta, YouTube. Don't have a Snapchat. What else is there?
You say Insta,
Yeah.
TikTok, YouTube. Is that the things?
Substack.
Oh, the Substack with the writing, yeah?
Yeah, I'm writing too. Yeah,
What's the writing? What's it? The poetry? What is it?
It's kind of a mix between poetry and kind of like the between me and you kind of vibes. So it's a lot of personal shares.
I need to get into the Substack. One of our network, she writes.
Okay.
And I had never heard of this thing.
Right.
I know,
That's big.
I know what it is now.
Yeah.
So I will go and do some research.
Absolutely.
Big up to you.
Thank you.
First one of the year, and what a way to start. Dalston Radio Live. Civilised Savage. The Camel King.
Jeez.
And we are out.
We're out.
You're listening to Dalston Radio Live.
I reside by my window side, and as the sun sets, I sit and wonder how much time is left. Will I see the dreams I dream? I know they say that I am young, but still, is that just a sign?